Have you been sweltering in this current heat wave sweeping the globe? I know I have. This week where I live in Boise, Idaho, it's going to be in the triple digits all week. If you're in Celsius, we're looking at like around 40 degrees Celsius. So for me, heat's always been a big migraine trigger, especially like historically, the month of July has been a tougher month for me in terms of migraine. So today's yoga practice is all about practices and breath and meditation that will help keep you cool during this current heat wave that is sweeping the globe. If you haven't done any yoga with me yet, my name is Adrienne DeLorco. I'm the founder of Yoga for Migraine. I myself have been living with migraine for 15 years and have developed my own special blend of yoga for migraine that has helped me and my clients significantly reduce their migraine days in a very safe and gentle way. So I'm going to start up front and to show you some breath practices, and then we'll move on to the mat. If you've got a couple blankets or a bolster or pillow, that can be helpful but not required. So before we get jumping into our breath practice, if you haven't yet set up a free complimentary migraine lifestyle audit with me, I've had a blast doing these this last week. I've met with at least 10 different migraine warriors in the group, and I talked with them personally about their lifestyle habits to help prioritize what would be the biggest bang for your buck in order to get maximum migraine relief. Migraine is a neurological condition, but there's so much in our power to actually reduce our own symptoms with our lifestyle, with our mindset, and a huge piece is with stress reduction, which yoga is so good at. So let's jump in. If you have a place where you feel comfortable being seated, it could be in your chair or in a cushion. We'll roll the shoulders back and down. Let's do that a few more rounds. And if it feels good, let the ear tip from one shoulder down to the chin and other way. Back to center, and then take one hand to the forehead to push your head up. So the breath that I'm going to teach you is called CEFALY, and it is a breath that helps cool the body down using the mechanics of evaporative cooling with the help of your tongue. It's also a breath that I've seen recommended specifically for migraine through the yoga perspective to help decrease heat, that quality, that dosha of pitta. So for this, you're going to be making your tongue into the shape of a straw or a taco, like so. And for some people who have trouble doing that, you can also do the same thing, just like with your lips. Okay, we're going to breathe in through your tongue, through your mouth, and then exhale will be through the nose. So a little different than normal, but notice how that evaporative cooling works when you breathe in. So here we go. Make your taco and exhale through the nose. Good. Keep going. In through the tongue, out through the nose, in through the tongue, through the nose. Let's do two more. In through that cool of the tongue, out through the nose. And last one on your own. And then let your natural breath return. Notice that coolness through the whole mouth and tongue. And then when you're ready, open your eyes. Let's head over to the mat if you're not already there. position, knees under hips. Inhale, lift the heart, tailbone lifts. Exhale, round the spine. Lift the upper back to the sky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Syncing your breath and movement together. One more round. Inhale, head, heart, and tailbone lift. Exhale, round the spine. Chin tucks. Then come back to inhale, lifting. This time as we exhale, we're going to wave it back into child's pose. Inhale, bend the elbows, pull through for your cow. So elongating, exaggerating your cat-cow now. Inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, round back to child's. Inhale, lift. So imagine you're making a wave with the body, bringing in that water element to keep us cool during the summer heat. Two more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round and pull back. Inhale, pull through. And exhale, pull back. Good. From here, we're going to walk our forearms forward and lower the hips down, legs straight into Sphinx pose. So we'll do some yin practices. Yin tending to invoke more of a quality of cooling. It's not very physically engaging your muscles. It's holding poses, letting yourself go in the pose. So the setup here is elbows under shoulders, hands parallel. You can adjust the intensity. If you want it less intense, you can scoot your elbows forward more. You can even support your chin with your hands if your neck gets tired. Getting some space through the heart. Slight compression through the low back. And then see if you can make your energy and effort as efficient as possible. So with yin, you're not powering through. You're just letting yourself release into the pose with minimal effort. And let the breath go, especially a nice cooling breath is to also exhale through the mouth. So inhale through the nose and sigh it out the mouth. In through the nose and sigh it out the mouth. Let's do one more cleansing breath here. Good. And then angle yourself back down to the mat, hands on your shoulders, and then let's just pull it back into child's pose to rest for a few breaths. Very nice. Inhale, roll yourself up. And we'll come into half butterfly. So for most people, sitting on a folded blanket can help, but it's not necessary. So for this, you're going to start bringing soles of the feet out. If you have a bolster nearby, that would also be handy, but not required. And then let's take the left foot into the inner thigh, and then extend that right leg out more at a diagonal. So we're coming into half butterfly here. You want to feel like your pelvis can tip forward slightly. If you're feeling rounded, then definitely prop yourself up with some pillows or blankets underneath you. So for this yin posture, if you want to go pure yin, then you're going to go without any props. You can walk your fingers alongside your right leg and let your head go. If that feels like too much on your neck or you want more of a restorative feeling, that's where you can bring in your prop, your bolster, a block even. I like to rest it on, like at a diagonal on my leg, and then let my head relax. So I feel my head being supported. There's less pull on the neck. And then we'll spend some breaths here with yin poses. They're generally around 3 minutes, sometimes less, sometimes more. And staying close to the ground is always cooling. Letting yourself be droopy. Noticing where you're feeling sensation. Could be through your hips, your inner legs, your low back, your upper back. Just taking this time to observe sensation with curiosity. Noticing if your thoughts spiral into any judgment or preoccupation. And see if you can just observe with more neutrality. Let each exhale soften the body, allowing yourself to go into gravity. And just let yourself go. Take a breath in through the nose, side out the mouth, in through the nose one more time, and side out the mouth. Good. From here, you've got your bolster. Let that rest to the side. Keeping your legs where we are, we're going to turn this into a side bend. So you can walk your right hand in front of the right leg, and then left arm up and over. So we're switching up the stretch slightly, feeling that all through the waist, the ribs, armpit. The more we can take up space with the body, the cooler we can feel. You always have that option too, to support your head with your bolster. Noticing how you can easily deepen the breath as your lungs have more room to breathe, as you're expanding the rib cage. And let's take 2 more cleansing breaths here. In through the nose and side out the mouth. In through the nose and side out. Good. Let's release your hands to the earth. Come to center with the hands and then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time. You can take your hand to your forehead to bring yourself back. And before we do the other side, let's do some windshield wipers. So for this, you can extend your feet out in front, knees bent, a little wider than the hips, and then just let your knees release one way and the other. Noticing the difference between the sides. We haven't done both sides yet. same thing to your left. So let's just go ahead and extend that left leg to that front corner of the mat. The right foot comes into the inner groin. We'll start folding forward, and if you like doing that with a bolster, you can have that ready. So without a bolster, we're going to inhale and then exhale. Let yourself droop. So the yin approach is not really focusing on keeping a straight, flat back or anything. It's just letting yourself melt, letting yourself surrender. And if it felt nice to have a bolster, find a place where you can set your bolster at the right height, coming into an appropriate depth for you. Coming into stillness and spending some time there. Stillness also helps to create more of a sense of coolness. Observing where you're feeling sensation. And seeing what happens. Does it soften? Does it intensify? Does it move around? What else can you let go of? And then take 2 cleansing breaths in through the nose and sigh out the mouth. In through the nose and out the mouth. Inhale, walk yourself up about halfway, and then we'll turn to our side bend. So you can walk your fingers in front of your left leg, and then right arm reaches up and over. It's not a huge, like, active reaching type of stretch with yin. It's very passive. Seeing if the shoulders can stay towards stacked. As you kind of let yourself go in the pose, it might start to rotate forward a little bit. And if you like the option to support your head, move your bolster or block under your head. Maybe you can reach your hand for the bolster, for your foot. Feel that beautiful expansion through the ribs. Take a nice breath in through your nose, sigh out the mouth, and one more. Good. Let's roll forward and then roll it up. One more set of windshield wipers. You can draw your knees in, feet wide, and rock it side to side. And then we'll come into Shavasana. We'll spend a couple minutes here. Also meditating and being aware of both heat and cold in the body. So come on down, laying on your mat. Maybe you've got a folded blanket for your head. If there's anything else you'd like to do before you lay flat, maybe rocking your knees side to side, you can add some other movements. And then go super wide with your legs and arms to beat the heat. Making a starfish with the body, closing the eyes, feeling the coolness of the earth beneath you. Feeling heavy. And then observe the areas of the body that do feel the most warm right now. So scan the body, noticing the places of warmth. Could be under your arms, perhaps under your clothes. Where in the body feels warm? And then begin to intensify that feeling of warmth. Imagine heat, summer sun. Feel warmth throughout the whole body now. Intensify the feeling of heat. Notice if that brings up any feelings or fears for you. Remind yourself that you're safe. You're just resting. And then release that imagery of heat and scan the body for its opposite, cold, throughout the body. Notice what areas of the body feel cooler. Could be your fingers or toes. Could be your exposed skin. Could be your upper lip where the breath comes in. Connecting to that sense of cold, begin to intensify cold throughout the body. Imagining yourself in the snow, feeling the cold air. Intensify the feeling of cold. Notice any feelings or fears that arise, intensifying the feeling of cold. You're safe. You're resting here. And then see if you can hold both heat and cold together in your awareness, in your body, at the same time. Observing hot and cold in the body at the same time. Aware of both hot and cold together. Release any awareness of hot and cold now. Let your awareness fall on your breath. Begin to bring movement to the fingers and toes. And we're coming into a stretch that feels natural for you. Maybe reaching the arms overhead. Let's roll to one side and push on up. Bringing our hands together at the heart. Observing how you feel after practicing just 20 minutes of yoga with me. Hopefully feeling a little cooler, a little calmer, and more connected to yourself. Thank you for joining me. Thank you so much. Stay cool. And reach out. Send me a DM if you would love to talk one-on-one for just a free 15-minute call to help you pinpoint what areas of your life would help you get maximum migraine relief in the Migraine Lifestyle Audit. Talk soon. Bye-bye.